Ladies and gentlemen, Life Positive is fortunate to have Mr. D.R. Karthikeyan, former chief of the CBI, as its president. A man of magnetic personality, Dr. D.R. Karthikeyan is well known for his amazing life list of accomplishments. He has held many prestigious positions in the democratic framework of our country. He was the chief of investigation of the former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi's assassination case, Director General of the Central Reserve Police Force, Director of the prestigious Central Bureau of Investigation, and Director General of the National Human Rights Commission. In addition to his professional achievements, he has also authored a bestseller, Triumph of Truth, Rajiv Gandhi Assassination, The Investigation. A keen seeker, he says, spirituality, after all, is not just about rituals and visits to places of worship, but about character building, imparting of values, responsibility, caring, and sharing. I now invite Shri D.R. Karthikeyan, President, Life Positive Magazine, and Chairman, Life Positive Foundation, to please introduce the keynote speaker for the evening, Shri D.R. Karthikeyan.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaskar. Today, we are having as the keynote speaker a magnetic personality who started his profession of healing bodily ailments. Now he has graduated into healing not only the body but also the mind and the spirit. A close and direct disciple of Pandit Sri Ram Sharma Acharya, Dr. Pranav Pandya is renowned the world over as a pioneer of scientific spirituality. As the head of the organization, he disseminated the message of Indian culture in its true spirit across the globe and established branches of Gayatri Pariwar in over 80 countries, which today has more than 90 million followers. Under his dynamic leadership, the Sanskriti University at Haridwar is establishing new milestones on reforming the face of modern education. A gold medalist in medicine, MD, Dr. Pandya qualified for US Medical Services in 1976, but upon the insistence of his guru, Pandit Sri Ram Sharmaji, he gave up the lucrative offer and stayed back in India. This was the beginning of a guru-disciple relationship that asked for more sacrifice and penance before molding Dr. Pandya into a global messenger of Indian culture. After the passing away of Gurudev, Dr. Pandya traveled across different parts of the world, including USA, Canada, and South Africa, to motivate people to be a part of the Gayatri Pariwar in order to transform society, both spiritually and ideologically. As a global messenger of Panditji, Dr. Pandya inspired youths and talents all over India and abroad to take up the threefold path of sadhana, self-discipline, upasana, attainment of divinity, and aradhana, selfless service. As a futurist, he is not only optimistic about a bright future for mankind, but also has the courage and conviction to go any length to achieve his goals. Dr. Pandya is shouldering many responsibilities, including as the director of Brahmavarcha's Research Institute, head of all World Gayatri Pariwar, chancellor of Sanskrit University, editor of Akhand Jyoti magazine, and president of Swami Vivekananda Yog Vidya Mahapit. For his noble contribution for the betterment of the world, he is honored with Lifetime Achievement Award at the National Symposium on Science of Holistic Living. He expresses his ultimate goals can be arrived by performing yajnas. Yajna, he explains, are a spiritual experiment which stimulates collective consciousness, scientifically propagates Indian culture and spirituality, makes whole ecosystem well-balanced and pollution-free, awakens inner spiritual force, teaches the divine heritage of India. Dr. Pandya wants Gayatri Pariwar to reach out to more people to impact their lives and improve their living. I have great pleasure in welcoming Dr. Pranav Pandya ji on behalf of myself, Sri Aditya Ahluwalia, the founder, Shrimati Shuma Varghese, the chief editor, the staff and readers of the Life Positive magazines, and request him to address us on the very important and relevant topic, holistic health management. I am particularly impressed because, he is devoted to propagating vegetarianism, interfaith harmony, universal peace, cultural harmony, and upliftment of the rural folk, in which field I also do little service. Thank you, sir. Namaskar.
And now, the high point of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, I request Dr. Pranav Pandya to please begin his talk. Dr. Pandya.
So I'll just start with Gayatri Mantra. If you know Gayatri Mantra, you can recite with me. Om Bhurvuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo yo nah prachodaya. Devi Swarupa Behno, Devtulya Bhaiyon, all the people of Delhi who are present here for this occasion to attend this seminar on health. Wellness is a concept. How you feel about yourself. How you feel about yourself. It depends totally on the, sometimes you have physical problem, sometimes you are physically ill, but mentally you are happy. You don't have any problem, like few pains and aches anywhere, headache, migraine, but you are not worried. When you get worried about something, then you are unwell. This is what is the wellness and unwellness differentiation. The concept which I am presenting is holistic health management. Holistic means as a whole. How to take as a whole the whole concept of the health, whole body as such, mind, body and spirit, mind, body and soul. Health. Health is something which WHO has defined as a physical, mental, social and spiritual health combined together. Even social concept was there till 1984, then they inculcated the spiritual aspect. So the concept of the health has to be understood basically in a composite way. Physical, mental health combined with the social and spiritual health. Sometimes we are all related to physical health. So I'll just tell you in few slides how the physical health is related to mental and mental is related to spiritual. And then we are all responsible for our ecosystem, that is our society. So this is how, if you keep yourself healthy, you make the whole society healthy. If you keep the society healthy, you also become healthy. This is what is a reversible proposition. Holistic concept, then a health concept, then a management. How to manage it? If you are not healthy, this means you are a poor manager of yourself. That is what our scriptures say. You should be healthy all the time. In each and every sphere of your life, you should be living in a healthy way. If you are not a healthy person, then you are a sinner. This is what our scriptures they say. अगर आप स्वस्थ नहीं हैं, तो आप पाप कर रहे हैं. क्यों? Why? Because this body is the temple of God. Body is the temple of God. And this body has to be kept in a rightful state. Maintenance of the body has to be kept in such a way that you are totally fit throughout. Fit physically, mentally, spiritually. So let us see a few concepts. The first one is Shariram Adyam Khalu Dharma Sadhanam. You can see from here, this is what is the duty, spiritual duty. You can see Khalu Dharma Sadhanam. If you keep yourself healthy, it is a duty, religious duty of yours. Means by doing that, you are following religion. It is our religious duty to keep our body healthy. This is from where we start our presentation. My Gurudev has written 18 points for the new era. This is known as Yug Nirman Sat Sankalp. And he has mentioned that Sharir ko Bhagwan ka mandir samajhkar Atma Sanyam, self-restraint, nimitta, regularity in the life, द्वारा आरोग्य की रक्षा करेंगे. We will preserve our health. We will be able to maintain our health in a positive way Positive health will be maintained only when you consider your body as a temple. Considering the body as a temple of God, we will be ever watchful to keep it healthy, full of vitality by adopting the principles of self-control, order, and harmony in our lives. This harmony is holistic. This harmony word is very, very synonymous with the holistic concept. What is the composition of the human beings? You can see we have got 3 bodies. Gross body, that is physical. Subtle body, that is mental. Causal body, that is emotional. Physical, mental, and our spiritual body, that is related with our, basically that compassionate aspect through which we do bhakti yoga. Mental is jnana yoga. Physically is the karma yoga. So this is how you combine the yoga plus karma yoga, jnana yoga, and bhakti yoga in the health process. When you talk of emotional well-being, the spiritual faith is dependent on our roots. Spiritual faith is something which gives you self-confidence. Swami Vivekananda used to say, one who is self-confident, he has confidence in, if he has confidence in himself, then he is the most theist person in his life. I will consider him the theist. सबसे बड़ा आस्तिक वो है जिसका अपने ऊपर विश्वास है. Means the key to the health should be belief in ourselves. Do we believe in ourselves? Do we believe that our potential, our force, our inner vitality is very, very strong, and we can sustain it and we can maintain it, and through this we can maintain everything. Means our mental beings and our physical being. If you are spiritually strong, then you must have seen the families having spiritual faith roots very strong. They've got very good mental health in their family. And if the mental health is good, the body is also good. Body means physically you're also good. There are many disorders like hypertension, diabetes, rheumatoid arthritis, or something like some genetic disorders like error of metabolisms. All these, they are conveyed through the genetics. I agree. But through genes also are conveyed the disorders. But you can, by your own spiritual faith, by your making your engrams or sanskar stronger, you can definitely change that process. I'll come to that point, how to change your genes, how to modify your genes through spirituality, how to enhance and strengthen your genes. So this is something, spiritual faith is the root. Now what we are doing, we are watering leaves. We are giving all manure and watering thing we are doing to root, only leaves. We are not doing it to roots. The roots are getting diseased. When the roots are getting diseased, the tree will fall down. There was a sadhu Mahatma, he was going with his 6 to 10 disciples to a pilgrimage. And they sat on just below the tree. And when they sat below the tree, they took their food there, then they rested also. And they went to Himalayas. And when they returned from the Himalayas, that tree was on the bank of a rivulet which comes in only in full stream only in the winter, in rainy season. When they saw it, they saw that the tree has fallen. And the tree which was there very strong and it was giving so much shadow, greenery and everything, it is not there. So then they asked Guru, why it has fallen? In 1 year's time, we just returned in 10 months' time, why it has fallen? Then he said, roots were diseased. Roots were diseased. If the roots are diseased, you can fall down any moment. If the roots are not good, roots means your spiritual roots should be stronger. As far as possible, you must keep them stronger and stronger. And that stronger root maintains your mental being and your physical being. So it starts from the spirituality, it goes to the mental being, and then it goes to physical being. According to WHO, by 2015, means around 7 years left, nearly 60 to 70% population will be suffering from the depression because of the emotional imbalance arising out of quest for earning money, trashna, more and more money. You must have heard about all of you have to organize the event, and that's why you get the sponsors. You must be knowing one Pepsi advertisement, ye dil mange more. Now, by that you understand, more and more, more and more. Why? How much you have decided the target? You don't have a target. So if you want more and more, that trashna goes on increasing and increase. Lack of, rather, crisis of faith. Lack of faith. Aimlessness, no purpose of life. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to head? So these are all the cases which lead to ultimately the depression. And depression is the worst killer. And they say about 4 out of 4 billion people out of 6 to 7 billion in 2015 will be suffering from chronic depression. And this depression will be not curable by any medicine then. Even counseling will not be able to help unless and until they understand the concept of the life being positive. Every time thinking of the being life as a positive. If you take positive signals all the time, then only you can cure yourself every day by giving yourself a feeling of Atmabodh, Tattvabodh, self-awareness. No, I have got immense potential inside me. Holism. Now, I just want to make you understand holism. What is holism? Understanding holism is the state of profound emotional unity, purity, and harmony between individual and universal. A very pure harmony between universal and the individual being. The holism means regulation of personality through the manifestation of power of soul. Now, this power of soul is very strong. We don't realize it. This power of soul is something which is the most important, Atma Vishwas, Atma Bal. That inner force, inner strength is something which is the most important thing. And this inner strength starts giving you immense power from inside. And through that, your whole body language changes. Approach to the problems that changes. You start solving all those impossible problems of your life. And small illnesses, even major illnesses, they don't bother you. You combat over them. You come out over the crisis because of that strength of the inner self. That self is very, very strong. Homeostasis of physical being with mind, prana, and soul. This is what is the holism. I mean, all the time people talk of holism. Holism means holistic. Holistic means something holy. And sometimes people they think something pavitra. Guruji has come to something holy he is talking about. I am talking about holism. Understand the word holism, H-O-L-I-S-M. Holism means mind, body, and prana. This is what is, we have to, mind, prana, and the soul. All these concepts tuned together. They are all intermingled together. They are all intertwined together. Once you start realizing these three units, they are not separate. They are together. Because you cannot say, I can be after 60, I'll think of spirituality. You cannot say like that. Spirituality is with you the moment you are born. And the moment you are born, you are more spiritual. By the age of 10 years, you are more and more materialistic, more and more. Gradually, your parents and all the atmosphere which you start getting exposed to, that starts changing you and your thinking pattern. Ultimately, what I suggest is that the spiritual lifestyle has to be maintained throughout your life, intertwining spirituality. Spirituality is different from religion. Religion is something which you follow with rituals and various dogmas. Religion is a very wide word. Dharmo dharayati, dharna dharmityahu, dharmo dharayati praja. One which you can dharan, jisko aap kar sakein, one which you can adopt in your day-to-day life, and that gives you protection from various problems. That is the religion. But religion has got three parts: metaphysics, spirituality, and ethics. That spirituality is the core. Spirituality is the essence. And this spirituality, if it is practiced day-to-day life, then it will be much more contributing to you. Understanding holism. Holism implies an approach or process which enables integration of multiple streams. Holism means all multiple streams combined together. And whole is more than the sum of its part. Means, not to explain more and more about it, I'm just telling you the holism concept. Holistic health management. Human beings are like flute or veena, just like a bansuri or just like a veena. Paramatma being a master player, you are an instrument. And once Paramatma is playing your flute or veena, then it will sing its own song. But the flute and veena should be properly tuned. The tuning is known as sadhana. Once you are tuned yourself, then tuning is done by you, sadhana, and tuning is done by holistic health management. Explains how to play skillfully to these instruments. Holism of human consciousness. This is what is the basic concept. Holism of human consciousness. All the currents of the consciousness, all these streams of the consciousness have to be holistically studied. I'll just narrate here one experience of Swami Vivekananda, who was traveling in Himalayas in 1891 after coming out of the the Dakshineshwar, they just traveled everywhere till 1893, till he went to America. And in 1897, he formed Ramakrishna Mission, Ramakrishna Sangh. He has mentioned, I had just passed through one of the greatest moments of my life. I have found the oneness between the macrocosm and the microcosm. I have seen the whole universe within one atom. This is holism. This is holism. When you talk of holism, then this concept has to be understood by Swami Vivekananda. And I have seen this cave from Almora to Binsar. When you go in Uttarakhand, you find this cave known as Kasar Devi. And there I had done the sadhana. I had done about 2 to 3 hours meditation. I found out that he was there for three days total without knowing that time has passed so much. For 3 days he was there. I was there for 3 hours. And I could see the vibrations. Kasar Devi, Almora. This is what is the Swami Vivekananda's observation. Now, what is the ultimate outcome which we will achieve through holistic lifestyle? Samatvam, equilibrium. In each and every aspect of life is yoga. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Lord Krishna says in Gita, Samatvam, equilibrium. Not too much of materialism, not too much of religiousness. A proper balance between spiritualistic materialism. What we should have is spiritualistic materialism or materialistic spirituality. Those together, because you cannot live in this world without materialism. Materialism is also needed. Without that materialism, I would have not been able to come here. In a fast car, I came, and I'm traveling in the night to attend a program in Rudrapur, 330 kilometers from here. And tomorrow night, I have to be back in the Shantikunj, because day after tomorrow, I've got 3 more engagements. This is necessary for all of us. Fast vehicles, plane, all these things we have to use. The materialism and spirituality, a proper equilibrium between two. That equilibrium is holism. See, yoga bhavati dukkha. Yoga is the killer of the miseries. Yoga is something which is spirituality, practiced in day-to-day life, bhakti yoga, karma yoga, jnana yoga, all those things. Yoga is not merely moving bodies, that is postures. Not merely taking out the breath, it is pranayam. Yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, samadhi, desh, ashtang yoga combined together. And then living the life like a karma yoga, jnana yogi and bhakti yogi, that makes you yogi. Yukta. Yukta means yunjante iti yoga. Yukta ahar. Your diet should be proper. Vihar. Your lifestyle should be proper. Yukta chestasya karmasu. Your all attempts, your all major efforts should be proper. Neither more nor less. Call centers duty, BPO's duty, 20 hours of work, earning more and more until 30 years of life, and ultimately getting burnt out. This is what? Rajasic karma, making you more and more tamasic. Now, Rajasic should make you more and more sattvic if you do it in a proper way. But too much of Rajasic makes you tamasic. And then this Rajasic will lead you to sattvic if you do yukta chestasya karma, just like a yogi. Yukta means just like a yogi. Yukta chestasya. Now, human values are personal and intrue in consciousness. Material values are impersonal and do right through shed or they do ride roughshod over human values. Utility in today's global world is actually overruling sentiments. In this global world, materialistic values are dominant. And that is the main harm which it has done to health. When you are talking in Life Positive magazine of yours about positive health, you have to tell them about the harm being done by the globalization, harm being done by the consumeristic culture, harm being done by the more and more materialism in our life. Materialism has to be there, but to a certain level. We have to decide how much. And then we have to mend with it, we have to just blend with it the spirituality. Today, values are getting deranged. Physical well-being, living with the healthy diet, anno vai mana. What you eat makes your mind. This is what is the basic concept. Anno vai mana. What we eat makes our mind. Today, there is a lot of misconception about being herbivorous or being carnivorous. Man is a herbivorous animal. Our intestine, our canine teeth, and all these things, our saliva, our enzymes, all are meant for Westernism. So Westernism leads to right growth with no chances of any disorder. If you are a vegetarian person, I tell you, just like Carl Lewis, just like Madonna, I'm just giving you a few examples of vegetarian people. These were all vegetarian persons, and they were very stronger, and they are still they are going like anything. Sprinters or the dancers, or many people who are purely vegetarian, they are really, really doing marvelous thing. So why should you eat the meat and all those things? No, to become stronger. Why to become stronger? Physically stronger, like Salman Khan, or like something like some bodybuilder you want to make it? I think you have to change your attitude. You should be stronger from inside. And that strength from inside, if it is not there, and even if you have a full body, I'll just give you willpower's jolt, and you will fall down there only. So that physical strength is not going to matter. What we eat makes our mind. Anno vai mana. Balanced diet. Physically, new salad combinations I'll advised. Keep on trying every day, new salad combinations. Fruit, nuts, and raw vegetables. Raw or steamed vegetables. I'm not saying this should be the whole diet. I'm just saying you can mix gradually in your own diet, 3/4 your diet, 1/4 this diet. Gradually increasing the quantity of this diet. Fiber-rich diets like choker, whole wheat flour, like boiled rice. This is fiber-rich diet. Beans and pulses, potatoes with skin. Now, just try once. Potato, unpeeled potatoes, boil them, and then eat a sabji without adding much salt and much oil. You will definitely enjoy that because that will be much more good for your intestine. Fruits is alternative to pies. This is and sprouted pulses. Sprouted pulses are very good, like moong, mungfali, chana, til. About 13 varieties of sprouts we are selling in our ashram. And these 13 varieties of these are doing a lot good in many cancer patients. Wheat grass is very, very effective in the cancer patients in the early stages. So all these things, they are very good because they give you alpha tryptophan, which is the food for the brain as well as for the maintaining your body properly. Pragya Yoga is a set of 16 effective yogic postures which we get practiced in the university as well as in our ashram. It's a uterine practice that everyone in the morning does yoga. I myself perform yoga every day, and it takes about 10 to 12 minutes. But if you do it every day, 12 minutes of yoga, 4 to 5 minutes of pranayam, and then about 1 hour of meditation, which I do, you can do it 15 minutes meditation. This particular combination can help you out for the whole day. And if you can practice it physically, you will be always fit. There will be no problem. There are few asanas which I have explained here for physical well-being. There are few asanas for Sandhya Sanchalan, Tadasan, Kati Chakrasan, Shavasana, Siddhasan, Padmasan, just to mention them few. Pranayam is Nadi Shodhan, Brahmari, Ujjayi. These are all for stress and insomnia. And kriyas there are kriyas which are Jal Neti, Vaman, and Kapal Bhati. Kapal Bhati is a kriya. Special practices are Yog Nidra, Gayatri Mantra, Jap. They are very good for your insomnia and for stress. A few diseases which I am mentioning here. Yoga for depression, asanas like Tadasan, Tirek Tadasan, just you stand like this and just bend like left and right. Pragya Yoga, 16 sets of asanas. Shavasana, Marjari Asana. Marjari means cat, just like cat asana. Today, our boys and girls, young boys and girls, they are watching TV like this. And then they have the cook also there nearby, and they are eating there also. Them I advise Marjari Asana, and they can very well do correction of the postures, all these things. And their eyesight will not be deranged then. Gaumukhasan, Simhasan, Siddhasan. Then the pranayam is Bhasrika and Nadi Shodhan. Kriyas are Kapalbhati. Special practices are Mahamrityunjay Jap and chanting of Om. Yoga for hypertension. I just taken 3-4 illnesses. There are so many. We've got a book which you can read. Asanas are Sandhi Sancharan, Tadasan. Pranayam is Nadi Shodhan, Ujjayi, Shitli, Brahmari. Kriyas are Kapal Bhati and Jal Neti. And special practices are walk slowly for a few minutes and meditate regularly. This is for hypertension. Very cheap remedy, nothing to do much, and harmless remedy. Hypertension, if you take the drugs, they are very, very toxic. And these toxic drugs you can avoid, and you can take these medicines. They are very effective. Pranayam is prana is the vital cosmic energy. Ayam means dimension. Going into the dimension of prana and doing exercise in that prana. Pranayam just means going to the dimension of prana and try to exercise in it. It is much more than mere deeper breathing. Many people, they say, oh, I do everyday deep breathing. I do everyday deep breathing. That is not pranayam. Pranayam is something much more deeper than that. And pranayam is something which stirs your consciousness inside. Importance of breath, key factor in determining actually lifespan. You know that life is they say that everybody has got limited breaths. You come with so many breaths. I got about 2,18,000. So after those breaths are finished, I'm gone. So what you can do is, you can gradually increase the duration of your kumbhak by pranayam, and you can reduce the respiratory rate. And you can live longer, healthy. You will say, why to live a long life? Just because, but then you die diseased. So the pranayam will keep you healthy throughout your life. Key factor in determining lifespan, can regulate balance between both hemispheres of the brain. This is the both hemispheres of the brain which are managed, because from left side when you inhale, the right brain is affected, and from right side you inhale, the left brain is affected. Proper oxygenation of the blood, that starts taking place. Balance between the right and left hemisphere, which I was just telling. Left nostril is connected with the right brain, creativity and emotions. This is our right brain, is our logistic brain, our imaginary brain, our religious brain, our cultural brain, and it is most primitive brain. And this is the left one is our cortical brain, logical brain, critical reasoning. So there should be a combination between the two. There should be a proper unison between the two. So balanced breath nourishes both sides of the brain, and imbalance typically takes away from optimal functioning of the brain. So if there is an imbalance, then it will go away. So gradually, if you start practicing pranayam, you will start realizing that there is a good synthesis of reasoning and good synthesis of cultural aspect coming into your life. You are doing everything, all decisions are being done very properly. There's a corpus callosum which connects to left and right hemisphere. So that particular thing is activated all the time. Oxygenation of the blood and the whole body is very important. Oxygen deficiency and disease, the link between the insufficient oxygen and disease has now been firmly established. If there is a less oxygen, disease will be definitely there. Cancer has only one prime cause. It is the replacement of normal oxygen in the body cells by cell respiration. That is oxygen deficiency. So if you can do sustainably, means for longer period, pranayam regularly, you can keep yourself away from cancer by gradually oxygenating, every day oxygenating yourself. This is what is the research shown by a Nobel Prize winner. There are many varieties of pranayam: pranakarshan pranayam, surya bhedan pranayam, nadi shodhan pranayam, anulom vilom pranayam, brahmari pranayam. But he says half an hour, 45 minutes. Nobody does it. If they do it, it will be a miracle. You just practice it and do it. No, people don't have much time today, so they can't do it. They can just do 1, 2, that's all. Bhasrika and Shitlikaran. Contrary to popular belief, Kapalbhati is not a pranayam, but a kriya. Kapalbhati pranayam, many times say that Kapalbhati is a kriya, so we have to understand that thing. And Kapalbhati is very, very strong kriya. If you do it under the guidance of a yogi, then you will definitely be benefited. Relaxation breathing exercises, Soham, Hans Gayatri. So-ham. So means that God. Ham, I am that God. I am that consciousness. This particular concept of Vedanta, it gives us inhalation and with the hum, the exhalation. Benefits of this breathing technique is slows down the breath, removes negative or unnecessary chatter in the mind. Negativity in the mind is totally removed. And it relaxes any nervous energy. Many times we have so many negative energy in our body, in our mind, and our body language speaks like that. So that negativity can be very much improved by the relaxing breathing exercises. A Shitlikaran pranayam, it quietens and calms the mind. It is a very, very good pranayam for quietening and calming the mind. developing the ability to concentrate and focus, and drives energy to the body as well as the mind. Removes sluggishness. The biggest enemy of our body is lethargy, sluggishness, alasya or pramad. These are the two things. Pramad means procrastination. Alasya means lethargy. We will not do it today, tomorrow we'll do it. I'm feeling little bit body ache today. And this body ache is too much. Okay, I will take one aspirin, one Disprin, one Combiflam, one Brufen. Then you take it and you get habitual to that. Gradually, you start realizing that you need to go to doctor. And doctor knows that my hunted person has come. Now I will treat him in my own way. Then he starts investigating. And he starts investigating and making you a chronic patient. Why to unnecessarily go to the resort of that thing? Why can't you remove your own lethargy and sluggishness and procrastination by yourself? Well, this can be done by the Shantikunj Pranayama. Mental well-being, role of neurotransmitters. I'll just take you a little bit time because I'm a scientist, and being a scientist, I have to tell you a little bit about neurotransmitters. Imbalances in brain chemistry, particularly the neurotransmitter levels, they leave a large range of effects on, they have a large range of effects on the emotions, behavior, and brain circulation. And these are two, serotonin and norepinephrine. Serotonin and norepinephrine are the two chemicals, neurochemicals, which have a very important bearing on our body. They pass signals between the nerves. The size of the blood vessels in brain as well as other functions are controlled by signals transmitted along nerves. Lack of neurotransmitters cause migraine, other stresses including ailments. And then serotonin and norepinephrine are the two main neurotransmitters used in the brain to control the size of blood vessels. Migraine, depression, insomnia, and similar mechanism, all resulting from a loss of serotonin and norepinephrine. So if we can manage this, how to manage it? You see, stress causes a reaction within the nervous system. Stress hormone cortisol is overproduced. Now, the hypothalamus, pituitary and adrenal glands. I'll just take you to another slide. This one, this is the first one. This is the hypothalamus. This one is the thalamus, and this is the hypothalamus. Pituitary is just in the front, and adrenal glands in the bottom. And this is all sympathetic, parasympathetic going around, and this is this is conus medullaris, down bottom there, and this is spinal cord, which we call sushumna, which we call ida pingla in our scriptures language. Weakening and decreasing the production of the calming hormones. Why stress occurs? Many people must have told you about stress. Why stress occurs? Because of the weakening of production of melatonin and serotonin. These are produced in the brain. What starts out is some minor remodeling, like redoing. I'm just giving an example. You are redoing your bathroom. You are doing yourself. You can become actually a destructive person, like damaging the walls and getting water damaged in 3 rooms, when all you meant to do was to move the bathtub. But you damaged the whole bathroom and whole setup by just using the wrench and everything. This is what is happening in the body by reducing the production of the calming hormones, and this is because of the stress. Stress hormones may actually damage the brain when stress is sustained. Stress hormones go on having their effect ultimately due to production of free radicals. Now, free radical is any molecule that is missing an electron. Free radical is a molecule that is missing an electron. Wherever a free radical goes, it steals an electron from healthy tissue, slowly eating away at normal body chemistry and ultimately making it diseased. That's why free radicals are common at the squares, at the polluted level, at the places where there's a lot of noises going on. All these things, free radicals. Free radical scavengers have to be used for reducing the stress. So I was saying you toxins and free radicals kill cells in every organ of the body, and organs that suffer the most initial cell damage are the brain, liver, pancreas, adrenals, stomach, and the GIT, that is gastrointestinal system. So this much of medicine is enough. I won't teach you more medicine. And this just to tell you free radicals. Many people must have you learned about free radicals. So what are free radicals? These are free molecules. They are traveling everywhere. They are traveling everywhere. With the moment you are anxious, free radicals are invited. The moment you are composed, free radicals go away. Free radical scavengers are being advised as tablets, capsules, and other things. But I don't think anything will help except meditation, pranayama. How to identify stress? Let us identify stress. There are a few nervous signals. I think biting nails, you must have seen the cricketers doing it. The game is pulling on, and there is no wicket going on, getting out, and what will happen. And I got out on a very early score. Clenching fist, clenching jaws, then drumming fingers, grinding teeth, hunching shoulders, I can't do anything, picking at facial skin, combing sometimes, just touching the hair very often. Tapping feet, बार-बार पाँव को चला रहे हैं. 2 jobs at a time. What 2 jobs at a time? You are reading the newspaper also, and you are eating also. These 2 jobs at a time means neither you are reading the newspaper or nor you are eating properly, because these 2 jobs at a time cannot be done. 2 jobs at a time, like you are shaving, you are doing brushing, you are just putting leather on your face, and you have a cup of coffee there, and you put that shaving brush in the coffee, and you drink that water. These are the 2 jobs at a time. So the stressed people have 2 jobs at a time. They sometimes are so much stressed that too hurried or too loud talking. You must have seen our political leaders. They do too hurried or too loud talking because they are stressed. Too conscious about being on time. They are very conscious about being on time. So they try to reach early, half an hour early. But when they reach their car, they forget the car keys. They come back, and ultimately they start searching the mobile which they kept on the car top. And ultimately, after about 15 minutes of searching, they come back and they say, without mobile, I'll get the work done. But ultimately, they find the mobile there, but they forget their file or briefcase inside the house. This is because of this stress. Stress leads to forgetfulness. Stress leads to forgetfulness. And in a hurry, ultimately, you lose your time management and you'll reach about half an hour late. You started half an hour earlier. Mood signals. Anxiety, depression, frustration, habitual anger, it becomes your habit. Many times you are asked simple questions and you are so hostile that you reply in a very, very hostile way. Helplessness, hopelessness, and then irritability. You are so irritable that nobody wants to talk to you. Because the moment, barr ke chhatte mein kaun haath dalega? I don't want to touch that man because he's very irritable. And restlessness. Ultimately, the person becomes restless. Behavioral signs like aggression, disturbed sleep, emotional outburst, leaving jobs undone. We'll do it tomorrow. But that tomorrow never comes. Things keep on getting piled up. All of you know it. That if you just leave the jobs undone, ultimately the work goes on increasing. Overreactive. You are very overreactive. These symptoms, they suggest that you are getting stressed. Common disorders produced due to stress. Sinus tachycardia, high blood pressure, ischemic heart disease. Sinus tachycardia is more than 125 heart rate per minute. Diabetes mellitus, hyperacidity, peptic ulcer syndrome, ulcerative colitis, migraine, tension headaches, chronic backache, allergies, asthma, thyrotoxicosis, autoimmune disorders, menstrual disorders, and the anxiety, neurosis, and obsessions. And I tell you, all varieties of disease can be produced by stress. Even malignancy can be produced by stress. By sustained stress, you can cause malignancy in rats and mice. This has been profound. So ultimately, why men cannot be susceptible to them? Psychoneuroimmunology, PNI. This is a concept which you all have to understand. Psychoneuroimmunology is something which is very, very common talk word today. Psych affects neural system, which in turn influences immune system. Immunity goes down. Hence, one succumbs to illness due to stress. Autoimmune disorders today are mostly due to stress. So, autoimmune disorders means like rheumatoid arthritis, like motor neuron disease, like disseminated sclerosis, all are on increase. Repair your genes. I just advised you that you can repair your genes. Longevity is based on 1/4 on your genetics and 3/4 on your behaviors and lifestyle choices. It is not about what genes you have, but how you express them. How you express your sanskar, how you express your genes, chromosomes. Now, repair your genes. How? The amount of telomerase depends on your genetics, but you can influence the size of the telomeres. Researchers have found that mothers with chronically ill children have shortened telomeres. By constant meditation, by practicing spiritual lifestyle, you can start rebuilding your chromosomes and you can start changing your structure, inner structure. The implication is that if you can reduce stress, you can increase your chance of rebuilding the telomeres. Once the protecting covering on the tip is gone, your DNA is frayed and is much harder to use. That is what causes cells to stop dividing and growing and replenishing your body. Now, next is very important. Keep your stem cells very strong. Stem cells are the main originator. Some stem cells are powerful tools that play a key role in how you recover from stress. But as you age, you lose stem cells to repair damaged tissues, leaving you vulnerable to stress-related conditions. Using your precious stem cells to repair something preventable like lung damage from smoking is a waste. Managing stress better can help minimize stem cell damage. There are few precautions. If you take them properly, you can repair your stem cells. Stress and meditation. Major cause of stress is incoherency of thoughts. Major cause of stress. Vicharon ki astavyastata. Whatever you are thinking is not coherent. If that incoherency of the thoughts becomes coherent, you won't get stressed. Meditation takes us on an inward journey that bridges the gap between the thoughts and establishes a conscious contact with the creative energy of life itself. So this is how you can manage. Spiritual well-being is sit in a comfortable position. How to meditate? I don't need to tell you, but classic posture is cross-legged on the floor, Sukhasana, or straightening your spine. Just you can sit on there, or you can just sit on the cushion. Meditation brings together all the energies of the mind and focuses them on a chosen point. In my university, every week I conduct a class on meditation. I taught them 55 varieties of meditation, of which I'm just telling you streamlines of thought. Just get submerged in that. Deity, your deity may be Christ, your deity may be flame, your deity may be Agni, your deity may be Lord Krishna, your deity may be anyone, Mother Gayatri as we have. On fragrance also you can meditate. You can have a fragrance and you can have a fragrant flower. Many more calming meditation which I proposed and I started, full moon meditation. Start imagining. I was traveling in Canada in a youth camp this year, and I asked someone, do you think something is very, very good in the atmosphere today? They saw it, nothing, everything is good. There is no cloud, there are no clouds. I said, there is a very good moon coming out. And this moon is around 3/4 of the size. It will now develop into full moon. Well, it comes daily, it hardly matters. How does it affect you? I said, if it starts affecting you, you will start meditating on moon and you will become more composed, more relaxed. Sakshi Bhav, start imagining yourself in a body coming out. From body you have to come out and start imagining yourself sitting on that. Rikta Akash, that whole space you can meditate on that, because Akash is God's being, Lord Paramatma is there. Param Shanti, I'm getting full peace. Flute, you can meditate on the flute being recited. Tar Vadya, like guitar, like sitar being done. Vedanta Mahavakyas like Aham Brahmasmi, Sachidanandoham, Tattvamasi, Ayamatma Brahma. Or Darpan Sadhana, sit in the front of a mirror and start imagining who you are. Am I this body? No, I am not. Am I the body structure like heart and vessels? No, I am not that. I am Atman. I am Atman. And if I am Atman, then I have to become Paramatman's instrument. This meditation you can do for 5 minutes and you will find yourself stronger after that meditation. Life on earth is sustained only due to sun. The biological clock governs all activities of living being, and the center of consciousness within is the sun of our inner being. And in our body there is one more sun. And that micro sun is attached to the macro sun that is outside, and which governs all our thought and action. The universal bond between man and universal one has been sublimely captured by Vedic seers as Gayatri Mahamantra, which I just recited. May Almighty illuminate our intellect to righteous path. And this is the early morning rising sun, just about 200 meters. Just about 200 meters from my ashram, you can see the morning sun coming up. This particular moment is very good. If you can just meditate for 5 minutes during this time, it will give you immense energy. There are 3 eras of modern medicine. I'm just giving you last few slides. Era 1 dates to mid-1800. There was a mindless, human beings are mindless machine. Leeches were applied. The veins were cut. The bleeding, dirty blood has to come out. This was the first era. Energy in matter mattered, not mind. Era 2 started with mid-1900. Era of penicillins came, antibiotics came, emerged mind-body medicine. image the therapy of placebo. If he has got some pain, someone has got some pain, give him some placebo or antacid, it hardly matters. Research on peptic ulcer syndrome and hypertension, this was mind-body medicine. From 2000 onwards, new millennium, there is a development of non-local mind. Now this is totally different era. Effect of consciousness to act locally as well as non-locally. You can pray from here for people of Alaska. You can pray from here for the people in Balochistan who died in the earthquake day before yesterday. You can effectively, influensively pray for them, and there will be a lot of effect going on from there. Because if we all meditate together, our vibrations, they go there. The power of prayer and power of healing from distance. It is a non-local therapy. This is an exciting field of medicine. Mind-body medicine, meditation, hypnosis, guided imagery, biofeedback, relaxation therapy, prayer healing. And Hindu culture defines religion as a soul, mind, body. Mind is sitting in the proximity of God is upasana. And observing your each and every minute, each and every second in the whole 24 hours is sadhana through 4 sanyams. Indriya sanyam, artha sanyam, samaya sanyam, and vichar sanyam. All 4 restraints on your desires. And then body, sharir, through aradhana, doing service to the society of God by social service. Indian spirituality gives an outline to maintain emotional and mental balance through spiritual fitness through meditation, mental fitness through yajna jivan, and physical fitness through yogic practices. Spirituality in Indian culture, spiritual principles are universal and pertinent to pure consciousness, irrespective of religion. You may be of any religion, but spirituality is immortal. In fact, spirituality forms the core of all religions. Materialism's driving forces are greed, attachment, egoism, but spirituality leads to inner peace, self-satisfaction, and eternal bliss. This is what is happening today, that we are becoming more and more materialistic. Spirituality is missing. And sometimes I have to just explain. Spiritualism is a word which means science of spirits, bhut pret vidya. So when you mention sometimes spiritualism, don't mention spiritualism. Say spirituality. That is correct English. Spirituality means inculcating the ideas, qualities, and vibes in your life, day-to-day life. Ayurveda is also, as all of you know, I'm just giving you the glimpses. Atharveda contains early description of the use of herbal medicines. And gift of Mother Nature, herbal healing plays a major role in Ayurveda. Protagonist as well as antagonistic elements. You see, they are from the nectar from the Himalayas. They are just known as grandeur of Himalayas. And the Amla, you can see terminally Arjuna, which is a very good cardiotonic. Amla is a nervine tonic, and it is an antacid also. And then you can see the Ashwagandha, which is the Indian ginseng, spermopoietic, nutritive tonic, antidepressant. Bacopa monieri Brahmi, which is a brain tonic. And then you can see Tribulus terrestris. There are many, but I just brought 6. Gokshur, which is totally a urinary lithotriptic. I use so many of them in last 15-20 years, and they are very effective. We are manufacturing 250 varieties of medicinal plants. They are powder form, they are tablet form, and they are very effective. I am advising many people, and they are now getting cured like anything. Bohrevia diffusa is Punarnava, anti-inflammatory, cardiac stimulant, and diuretic. Ayurveda compasses Ras Bhasma Rasayan, meditation and yoga. You can see dietary control, ahar vihar, panchkarma, and yagyopathy, yagya chikitsa. By yagya therapy, how you can get cured. We just saw yagya kund right outside. I have got more than 50 varieties of havan samagris for hypertension, for diabetes. And if you do it every day for 1 month, I tell you, your blood sugar will come down. Your blood pressure will be coming down. Gradually, 15 to 20 minutes of yagya every day. And we have practiced it. We have done 3 PhDs have been awarded on this yagya therapy. Oral medicine's effect is only through digestion. Negative impact on the digestive system. By intravenous therapy is quick effect, but risk of the side effects. So this therapy is through body. Body inspires. This therapy is through nose. This is my university. It was established in 2002 at Haridwar. Fully autonomous university and recognized by UGC. And this is purely a university which is run by our trust, Vedmata Gayatri Trust. We are not taking any grant from government, or we are not taking any grant from any multimillionaire. We are just running it to the meager resources from the masses. So we get about more than 40 to 50 crore rupees from masses every year. And this is how this whole system is being run. Emphasis is on culture, competence, and the character, basically. Indian culture has to be preserved, competence, and the character. The construction has been done about more than 640 million rupees construction has been done till now. And the overall is 2,000 million rupees construction, which is going to be there. A polyclinic, an R&D center is in offing. And a lot of material for Life Positive will come out from my university for you. A lot of authors, a lot of people are coming. Value-based practices, prayer, meditation, community services, yagya, training in art of self-management, holistic living. This is all taught there. I take classes on Gita and meditation. You can see the eyes, just bird's eye view of the university, with many buildings came up later on. And you can see the serene, the mountains of the Shivaliks and the Himalayas behind them. Research topics, 2 PhDs were awarded, and they were awarded by our Dr. APJ Kalam Sahab on therapeutic and environmental benefits of Yagya. Depression management, Nadi Shodhan Pranayam, Yagya, Gayatri Mantra, Brahmari, yogic practices, all these PhDs have been awarded. Doctorate for research, right now registered 61, 400 graduation seats and post-graduation seats. Distance education centers, they are in offering, 500 centers all over the India and abroad. We have just done the liaison with Australian University of Melbourne, the University of Berlin, and then we are establishing some liaison with University of Johannesburg, and then University of New York, in which there are 3-4 universities which are interested. Princeton University is interested in doing intensive work with us. Brahmacharya Research Institute, which we started in 1979, where I started my stay in Shantikunj. These are few computerized treadmill tests. I'm just going through very fast. Computerized spirometer, computerized EEG, and then the 21-channel polyrite, and then the alpha channel, alpha EEG and crude EEG, this biofeedback. Through these we investigate, we try to analyze the patients, and we try to give them the therapy. This is the headquarters at Hardwar. Just to give you a nutshell, a view. This is the Ganges. You can see the Ganges going like this. And this whole campus is Shantikunj. And this side is Himalayas. This side is Delhi. This side is materialism. This side is spirituality. So it is for you to decide where to come. Lord Ramakrishna Paramhans, he used to say that Kashi ki or jao, jitna jao, Kolkata piche chhut jata hai. Haridwar ki or jao, Delhi piche chhut jata hai. I don't want all of you to become priest and leave everything in Delhi. You come to remain in Delhi, but you come down to Haridwar in my ashram. There are no charges for staying, there are no charges for anything. 10 to 15,000 people can stay there comfortably. This is our another view. And then this is our patron founder, my Gurudev. He took birth in 1911. We are going to celebrate his anniversary, 2011. And he left his body in 1990. Mataji, she took birth in 1926. She left her body in 1994. Key to holistic living, last slides. Proper symbiotic relationship between emotion, compassion, thoughts, and rationality. If we have a proper combination between these 4, the holism will come. The holistic lifestyle will emerge. And lastly, Purnamada, Purnamidam. Indian philosophy says holistic truth of life and universe is reflected in the Vedic mantra, Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamadachate. That Purna is holism. Thank you very much.